Wowzers, Gutterball 94 coming hot at you on a wonderful month. Oh, wait, what day is it, Paul? It's Friday. It's Friday, buddy. Yeah. Goodness, it's Friday. All those are closed. We're just a shit restaurant. No one wants to go there. Before we get into any of the topics, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball, let us know. Gutterball 100 is coming up soon, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for that. We got some awesome guests joining us. It's going to be a drinking episode. It's going to be a grand old time. Cannot wait. A big 100. But, Paul, where are you coming from us at? This is a new place. What's going on there? It looks like you're in a nice new room. What's popping?
So this is
what's
the
going on with
base.
you?
I'm doing good. This is the basement of my new house. It's kind of a mess right now. My desk is crooked. It's makeshiftly set up because I'm in the middle of building that new butcher block desk. So I just kind of like scrambled things together for the show here. Not a whole lot else, man. Working. Not lately. I have 2 weeks off, which is kind of nice to get settled in the move, get some house projects done we wanted to do right away. That's about it. How about yourself, Jack? What's new? How you doing?
Same shit, different day. Just getting like doing all this shit. This week I've been focusing on all this shit I've been putting off for months and doing it, you know. Went to the doctor, got blood work done, making sure I'm healthy. I'm healthy as a motherfucker, you know, got my STD test. I was clean, obviously, because you know, we were rubbers and all that shit. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good, you know, feeling clear-headed. But yeah, you know, I feel like we should touch more on the move. Anything you want to let us know on the move, Paul? Like how stressful is this? Because it's like the first like big move. I mean, second big move, I guess. Because you went down and then you came back.
I'd say that this is my first like big move because I didn't. You have to think we were going from like when we initially moved from the Duluth area down to the Twin Cities. I was going from like a 1-bedroom apartment with just my girlfriend and I and the dog and the cat, and we didn't own a lot of stuff. But as we've been in the cities, we've accumulated a lot of stuff. You don't realize it, dude. All I can really describe this whole move process is just like scrambled eggs. Like that's what my brain feels like. Like, yes, we got everything here now. She's getting the final things today and heading back up. Just the final, excuse me. Some final things we left behind. She's grabbing them. We had already cleaned the apartment. We went down yesterday and did that. Got that all done. And dude, I just thought I'd be farther along now unpacking and shit. But then as you unpack, you fiddle with things, set things up. Like I already set up my work office since I'll be working from home. I've done that pretty much. That's pretty much dialed in. But as far as like my gaming area and just like even the living room, like is half put together because we ordered a bunch of furniture. Actually, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I want to talk about this, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Brick and mortar stores, Menards, Home Depot, Best Buy, all those ones that are still around. It's so infuriating, man. Like going into this house, I wanted to buy a whole new living room set, end tables, coffee table, entertainment center, all that matches, same colors, stuff like that.
Like modern style? What style are you going for?
Yeah, like farmhouse, modern, whatever we kind of liked and thought would go good. We ended up going with kind of like a farmhouse barn style things, but we did black. We were going to do like a washed gray, but some things were out of stock, stuff like that. The reason why I like washed gray stuff or stuff that's like rustic looking is it doesn't show stuff as much. You go white or black, it shows all the dust, shows every mark. And we just decided to go with black just because majority of the stuff we had was already like that.
It looks cool.
Yeah, and it looks good. But that's the problem with brick and mortar stores, dude. We went to Home Depot, 2 Menards, the one in Duluth, one in Superior. We went to Best Buy. No one has like entertainment centers in stock. They're all display models. Oh, we can get it shipped to the store. It's like I want to leave with it today, you know? Right. And the last thing I wanted to do was order things off Amazon or online because A, I haven't seen it, and B, I'm sick of just giving Amazon money. Like it's too easy to just go on there, find what you need and click. I think it's great. It's super convenient. And maybe it's a dumb thing, but it's like I wanted to go to a place, look at it, buy it and leave. We had to end up ordering all of our stuff off Amazon because we soon found out that like Menards, Home Depot, they would have, the entertainment center that we like. Oh, we want this one, but they don't have any matching end tables for it or they're out of stock or whatever. And we want things to match. Like I'm kind of getting over like, if you're my age, it is completely okay to have mismatched furniture in your house, apartment, whatever, because you're not old enough to kind of like accumulate an entire set of things at once. That's what I'm trying to do now. And it's tough. You don't realize like you actually have to like have money and go to like, say like a Ashley Furniture and buy like an entire set for thousands of dollars, which I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to get like a pretty mid
Mhm.
to low tier set of things that will last me a decent while should I not beat the shit out of them. And yeah, I don't really know. My brain
I
is just
mean,
scrambled. I'm sorry, but
look at our parents. They're like what 60 and they still don't have matching furniture. You got a green couch, you got a fucking leather couch, you got a bunch of all types of shit. None of it matches. So it's fine. It still looks nice, you know. It's still good furniture, you know.
yeah,
But no, that's a lot to do, man. Like just the other day, I wanted to move my bed to where right behind me to right here because
yeah,
I just wanted to create more space. And I was gonna do it, and I'm like, damn, I don't want to move all this shit because I got to move the desk, and even just that was like exhausting. So I like
yeah.
just moving, man. It sounds fucking miserable,
And
honestly.
with the location you're in, it's like you'd have to move stuff outside the room, rearrange the room, move stuff back in the room.
Oh
It gets
yeah,
to be
because
such a
everything
thing.
needs to go out. Yeah. And it's like, man, I thought I could do it in an hour, and I'm like, no, it's gonna
Yeah,
take me like 4 hours because I want to move my desk further back.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because
no, that's
our dad was over this, last week a few times. He's like, "Why haven't you hung anything up?" And I'm like, "I'm putting everything that's hangable in one corner of the room. Everything
yeah,
gets unpacked, and we wait until
uh,
everything else is
yeah,
established, and then you hang things
yeah.
up."
That's the last
Because
thing you do for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
there's a
didn't
lot
get
of
up.
things too, dude, that
Yeah,
I don't want to get rid of them, throw them out, or sell them, but I'm probably not going to hang them up in my house. They're just going to
yeah.
sit and collect dust, which sucks. But
Hmm.
I
Why don't you
kind
hang
of
them? They're tacky or just
I
juvenile or
just
what?
want my main level to be the most
Normal.
brought together part of the home. So like I'm not
Mhm.
gonna hang up like my Spider-Man thing like I had in my
Hey,
apartment, you
that
know?
that was mine, and that
It'll
thing's sick.
it'll go in the base. It'll all the weird
Yeah.
shit's gonna go in the gym, which is on the other side of this curtain is the other
Mhm.
finished basement room where I'm gonna hang the bag and stuff.
Right.
But it's just things like that. It's like I want the at least the full main level where a majority of people who visit are going to be like kind of tied together and more adult like. One thing that I thought I'd never see myself doing, but I did is I bought a bunch of really nice picture frames, ones with like multi-picture and stuff, and I put a ton of my Norway photos in them, and they look sick. And I can't wait to hang those up.
Mhm.
My last
Classy.
frame comes in today. It's for
Mhm.
one of my panoramas, so I'm gonna put one of
Hell yeah,
those in like
yeah.
a nice frame. But again, it's stuff that I can't really hang until we figure out how
Mhm.
everything's gonna look.
No,
Yeah,
that's valid, that's valid. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to move back up. That's pretty cool. We're gonna have an in-person studio for y'all really soon. Well, not super soon, but at some point we'll get one. So that's gonna be big and exciting. Do you feel sad leaving Minneapolis? You know, you have all that good food and all the you're gonna Paul, trust me, in a month you're gonna be like, damn, I want some good food at 2 a.m. and you're not gonna find shit because nothing's open. You know, or kind of like, oh, concerts now. I don't have access to concerts now. You don't go to a lot of them. Do you already miss it, or is that just like something you're just like whatever, you know?
so it's whatever to me. I never really ate out late, so that's not a problem. Yes, there's a lot of good food. That's great. There's a lot of things that are
Hmm.
open. I don't know, man. I've been feeling weird. Like
Hmm.
not like homesick, but almost just like it doesn't feel like I moved, even though I know I
Yeah,
have. It's very
yeah,
odd. I don't miss the cities by any means, but I just feel like it's weird. It's cliche to say something missing, and I don't know what that is. Is it just because I need to walk around the
right.
neighborhood and get to know the lay of the land? I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel very
Do you meet your
weird.
neighbors?
Yeah, I met
Yeah.
one neighbor, but it's just like, yeah, food I don't really care too much about. And concerts, if I was 6 or 7 years younger than I am now, I would have been like, oh, I'm not moving. But I don't go to many concerts anymore.
Mhm.
If I do, it's like, it's got to be something I really want to go to. And it's because I'm
Right.
getting old. I don't like standing in the pits anymore. If I can get
Hmm.
seats, I'm
Yeah.
old. I'd rather just get seats. Like, and I'm not even that
Man.
old. I turn
Yeah.
26 next month.
I was about
Like,
to say you're not even that old. Like shit. I mean, every person, even most 26-year-olds I talk to are like, I don't even want to be in the pit, and I'm like, I hope I'm not that way, Jesus, because I want to be in the pit, man. That's one of the big reasons why I want to move to a bigger city is just for the concerts, dude. Because I love that shit. I live for that shit. Especially lately. Well, well, I'm glad you moved up. That's really sick. We can touch on little concerts because I did buy some tickets to some concerts
yeah.
here. But one last thing I wanted to ask you, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, I lost her. I had another really good question for Paul, but I lost it. If you
It's okay.
remember it for me, put it in the comments, please. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, that's super sick. That's a big step. Buying a house, man. Did you ever suspect you'd buy a house this young? I mean, because like not most people have a no, most people don't have a hope in hell to buy a house. I don't like, in my opinion, I don't think I'm gonna own a house till I'm like 35 if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? Um, so I suppose that comes with a lot more responsibilities and shit. But it must be nice to be like, I own this. If I want to punch this wall, no one's gonna tell me. Landlord ain't gonna say shit. I want to clip this wire, this phone cord. I don't want it in my house. You know, you can do whatever.
I'll touch on that. So I had two goals in my life. Like no one really knows what they want to do still. And I kind of do know now that I do want to do IT. I enjoy it enough, but owning a house, man, I'm nervous. I wasn't nervous going up to like looking at it, buying it. Now that I own it, I'm nervous because you think about any little thing that can break. I'm also like more, it's not like I beat the shit out of my apartments or anything, but now I'm like more conscious when I'm moving stuff into the house. I don't want to, we already scraped like a wall or whatever. There was no way that couch was coming in without like messing up a wall, but it's like, I have touch up paint. I can do it. It's my house. Who cares? But then now I'm thinking of like, but now I'm just thinking of like, damn, like I have to fix that. I have to do that. So that's the part maybe where I'm feeling something missing is like, now I have all this responsibility and it's kind of nerve wracking. I think it'll set in once I notice like everything's fine, everything's chill, nothing crazy is gonna go wrong. If it does, you'll just get it fixed. But
yeah, you're gonna realize like I don't know, you could have a gas leak or your fucking boiler is fucked, or whatever,
Like when I moved in, I spent $2,000 last week.
Yeah, just fixing shit or what?
Fixing
furniture,
hanging the TV, bottom out, buying the butcher block. Because I'm building a new desk. Yeah. Minor things for the house. Entertainment center, end tables, coffee table. All those things we didn't really have like a final like setup for. I bought and it's like shit, man. I didn't want to spend $2,000. Like it's fast. It's crazy how quick you can spend it, but how long it takes to build it up. And it's not like that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to blow all at once, at least to me, because I don't really just go casually blowing $2,000 in like 2-3 days.
With some money bags, $2,000 ain't a lot of money in a week. That ain't shit to me. That ain't nothing. How much money you blowing? Goddamn! I almost dropped a certain word there. I'm just kidding. I was not gonna do that. I'm just fucking kidding.
And like for instance, it's just like to get set up for today, right? I had all this stuff to do, and one thing I forgot to do is you can't see it. But I was like, fuck, dude, I don't have hardwired internet in here. So I ran a cable. It's just hanging out there. It is not attached to anything. It's just hanging. And I dropped it through the ceiling tile. And it's all just, it's like now, great. I have a project later at some point. I have to go with nails and tack up that line so it doesn't look like I live in like a psycho house, You're
trying to pull out your copper wires for fucking booze money or some shit.
Like when I first moved in, I put the router right next to the modem in this other side of the basement, and it was right underneath one of our AC ducts, and I was getting poor signal quality throughout the house because it's just a big metal vat above it. Killing it. So then I had to take, of course, the only two sizes I had in Ethernet cables were 25 foot or 100 foot. 25 foot wouldn't make it. So I had to run the 100 foot ridiculous one with a big coil on it. And now it's sitting over here so I could run a cable. It's just a long thing. What I plan on doing is with this cable I ran in here, attaching it to a little mini switch, which is just a router that doesn't route traffic other than wired. So it's just like, it gives me a box with more ports. So if there's other things I want to wire in here, I can, like say a storage server for when we back up a lot of the stuff. But going off on a tangent again, I'm sorry. My head's just been all over the place. But I will say being a homeowner, it's cool so far. Very nerve-wracking. Like I'm just so nervous.
Yeah, I imagine.
And I feel very weird because, well, I'm not working. I haven't not worked for 2 weeks since September, and even then, that was like only a little over a week when I was in Norway. It's odd. I just feel like
it just feels it's gonna feel strange waking up in a different place. It's gonna take a little bit.
And it's quiet, dude. Like
Like
there's all new windows in here. This house is built like a brick shit house. I don't hear anything outside. There's no hammer attacks I can hear like in downtown Minneapolis. There's no honking. I get way better sleep, I think. Like I sleep longer.
Get on that white noise. I'm telling you, you want to sleep, ladies and gentlemen, get on some white noise. Find a white noise you like and you'll fucking sleep for ages.
I don't even know where else to go. Was there any else in that question that I missed?
No, I think you touched on everything. It was just basically, how you
what sucks about the money spending, Jack, is I didn't even want to spend money on the stuff I spent money on. That's what you realize. It's like, well, fuck. I was going to buy this eventually. I didn't need it now, but like we kind of needed it now. And I
Mhm.
wanted to get like the matching recliner that matches our couch, but
Mhm.
that ain't happening.
Too much? Too expensive?
It's $600 I don't want to spend right now.
Right now.
It's
Yeah,
like,
well, you
oh
can
yeah, cool.
down the road,
Yeah.
so
But I do plan to maybe have some people over for UFC 300. Should I have everything dialed in by next week? I should.
Mhm.
I got Max's home theater system. I don't know if I told you about that.
Yeah, bro, I know, like, I gotta throw on some Rush on there, we'll listen to some Grace Under Pressure, it'll be sick. It'll be
Yeah,
gnarly.
so
I
I
listened
have
I
yeah, go
listened
ahead.
to it, it's a good sound system, we used it. We listened to Rush's R40, and it
Yeah,
was awesome, man, it's cool.
I have 80% of it. So Ben had the receiver, the towers, and the woofer at his house
Yeah,
and the center speaker, but Max
yep,
said
I
the
remember
two
that.
rear speakers are at your place in the basement at mom and dad's.
Mhm.
But he couldn't get them to me. He went out of town. I guess he's out of town for like a week right now.
He's
I
in
don't know
Vegas.
where he is. Is
Yeah.
that what he's doing?
Yeah, I went to Vegas, yeah. Didn't
Oh.
invite me. Didn't give me a fucking invite.
Oh.
Whatever, man.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where he went, but hopefully next week when he gets back, I can get those and I can wire it up. But again, like I don't want to wire it up until the entertainment center's here. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to. That's like all my consoles are sitting in a box in the living room because the last thing I want to do is pull it all out and be like, okay, well, where do I put it on the fucking carpet?
Yeah, like a dummy? Like, yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need to do that right now,
Wait
yeah.
till you see this TV though, man. It's ridiculous. It is
Mhm.
like way too big for my
Well, like
place, but
oh, okay, for your place, okay.
it's funny. Like it's funny how big it is, but
Oh, okay.
also like once you go sit down, you're gonna be like, damn, this is sick. Like
Yeah. Yeah, is it like do you remember, Ben's TV at his place that Max got, that big old
yeah.
one? Is it, like, that ridiculous? But his was in a decent space. Does it take up the whole wall? Is there any room to put anything else on that wall
Yeah,
besides the
there
TV?
is, but it takes up quite a
Okay.
bit. It's a
For quite a bit,
75
okay.
inch TV that's wall
That's
mounted.
yeah, that's what his was, yeah. No, those are nice. What, 4K or what?
It's
Nice big
4K.
TV?
But
Nice,
what we
nice,
could
yeah.
talk about is how when we were mounting it, dad accidentally drilled completely through the wall into my den. So I'm like going to put the screw and I'm like, wait, there's light in here. And I go around the
Yeah,
corner into my
it's like
work office and there's a whole hole through my wall.
yeah.
All the shit's on the
I
floor.
like to imagine Destiny's, like, leaning up against the wall, and it's like, "Eh," he, like, looks away,
And
looks back, there's a
the
fucking
drill
drill.
pilot comes through and comes back.
It's like the Malcolm in the Middle cold open where Hal's like Malcolm, come help me with the saw. He's like, thank God you're helping me. Reese always seems to get injured, and he cuts the saw right above his head, and he's like, ah. You remember that? Remember that cold
Yeah,
open?
yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a good one. I love that. I love that shit. But no, that's cool. Maybe we can swap topics from
Yeah.
a little away from house shit. Well, I want to talk about concerts because I bought some tickets to Grey Day 2024. And boy,
Oh,
were they fucking pricey, Paul. Let me tell
really?
you. Yes, just estimate, just random. How much do you think I paid for a pit ticket to Suicide Boys in 2024? Target Center. How much do you think I paid?
Okay. Floor, ground,
Floor, pit. Yeah, pit tickets.
2024 Suicide Boys Target Center 210.
265 a piece.
Oh.
Guess how much ticket fees were?
Was that right away
$120.
or at towards the end?
I got them immediately. Like this, dude. I thought they first of all, I was okay. So they went on sale at 10 a.m. I got the pre-sale code. They sold out at 10:05, and I was like, shit. Well, now I don't get them. But then they gradually re-release them, and they realize because what happens is a lot of people will try to buy 20 at once, and they'll just charge back. So I ended up getting pit tickets. I ended up buying tickets for 3 people just at once, but they all paid me, so I'm not worried about that. Ticket fees were $130 just to buy
Per
the ticket.
ticket?
Oh no,
Just
130
for
just total.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And everyone, so I had to count that, and everyone paid me. So I just bought 3, and I was like, why didn't I just buy 8, the max, and resell them? Because now they're all sold out, and I can make some money. So really excited for that. It's not till October. The lineup is iffy, but I don't know if you saw the lineup, Paul. It's Suicide Boys, Denzel Curry, Puya, Harper. I don't want to see Harper. I really don't like Harper at all. But you
Never
probably
heard
haven't
of him.
heard of him. Yeah, he's trash. Shakewell, valid, and X Stacy. I
Valid.
don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who X Stacy or Harper is. But just with Denzel Curry and Suicide Boys, I was like, I'm sold because I really like Denzel Curry anyway, and Shakewell and Puya. So that's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for that. But man, I was like just really disappointed by how much they were charging. And that's just what they're charging pit tickets for all venues, Um, but fuck, man, when we saw him in 2019 grade A, where the fuck it was, they had to have been $60 for a pit ticket, and it's
Yeah.
just so crazy to see how far they've come
Is
and how
that
much more.
Milwaukee?
Yeah, that was in Milwaukee. That was at the rave. Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't. I don't remember them being over $100.
No, they were easily $60. I remember. I have the receipt for sure on my email somewhere. But yeah, dude, I was just like, that's crazy. Isn't that crazy, man? Like how much they charge for that shit? And it's like next year if
They're
they do
pretty
gray
big
game,
now.
I know they're huge, and it's at the Target Center. It's like makes sense. They sold out the Target Center last time, I think, or damn near. If they charge any more, if they charge 350 next year, I'm not going. Like it's just we're done. And I don't stand. I'm young enough that I'm not going to sit down. That sounds fucking miserable. I want to mosh a little bit and have some fun.
Well, I
Uh,
stand. I just like to have the option
it
of
sounds
sitting
miserable. It
and
sounds
not get
miserable.
elbowed every 3 seconds.
You won't get yeah. The Suicide Boys fans are shit. I don't mind.
They're
Getting
all
elbowed. I'm
shitbags.
grown up. They are
Honestly, I
shitbags.
think the worst crowd was Puya's. They were
Oh,
terrible
I
people.
thought it was Team Sessions, to be honest. But Puya's, I didn't mosh a lot. I got
They
so
were pretty
I was so fucked up. I couldn't even stand. I faced a joint myself and drank some and drank a little bit, and I never do that, dude. I couldn't even by the time like Fat Nick came on and there was like 3 acts after him, couldn't even fucking stand barely. So I still had a good time. It was fun. But no, I expect that crowd was shit. The Team Sesh crowd was absolutely awful. It was the worst crowd I've ever seen at any concert. Fucking terrible. So hopefully Suicide Boys is a little better, and the crowd does matter a lot. But what I think we'll see with this crowd is with the amount of money I've spent on it, is we're gonna get a lot of rich people in the crowd. I don't know how to mosh and stuff, I guess, but I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Either way, I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to I haven't bought my tickets to this. I suppose I probably don't need to. Um your Destiny's cousin, his band.
Oh yeah.
Um
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
even know
pay
what
at
that
the
show's
door.
called. Yeah, I'm going to that for sure, for sure. Just remind me like a week before, but I'll
When is
remember it.
that? In May, right?
It's in May. Yeah, it's in May.
Yeah.
When is that? It's like we already missed it. But no, so that I'm excited for more, honestly. I think it's just 'cause it's local. I don't have to drive fucking 2 hours down there. Um but no, that's cool. I just love concerts and shit. And I guess while we're on the topic of music, we didn't do song of the week. We don't need to do song of the week. I'm not stressing too much
We'll
on that. But
skip
did
it.
you see
Yeah.
Paul? Did you see Paul? Kiss sold their brand name for $300 million to Pop House. They sold all the rights, the music, the merchandising, the tickets, and well, first of all, Gene Simmons went on and he said Kiss is done. They'll never tour again. Valid. First of
They're
all, the
old.
last 10 years, Kiss hasn't even played their instruments live. You can watch the videos. They don't even play the instruments. It's all lip sync and garbage. And Kiss fucking sucks. Let me be real with you. Kiss is shit.
They
Like
have
back
like
then,
a few
when it
okay
came out,
songs.
well, back then when it came out, it was the only metal or rock that you had. And it was like, this is awesome. Want to rock and roll all night? That shit. Detroit Rock City, that's the jam. But then they just got older and shittier and more based and just garbage. So I was really surprised. They will be doing hologram shows. He already said that, and he's like, they're gonna be cooler than our regular shows. You think a hologram Kiss show is gonna be cooler than them in 1980? You fucking retard! Like, no, it's not. It's not the same, and it's gonna fucking suck. What are your thoughts on hologram shows? Because I'm really, really getting sick of seeing hologram shows. I just can't believe people do that. I mean, thank God
If
Rush won't do it. Rush will never do that. So I'm all happy with that. But
if the artist is dead and all their rights went to the family and the family made the decision to do it, I'm completely okay with it. But if it's like, oh, before the artist or whatever band, all they passed away or they're still alive,
yeah,
or like big companies making money off them and the family's getting nothing, then I'm kind of against it.
mm.
Because I feel like, why not? If there's still money to be made there, why can't the families decide that, yeah, like it's okay to.
Well, no, I get it's the family, but the artist at large should be the one that said it. Like, what
That's
if
true.
hypothetically I had music, I died, and then you said, well, he might have wanted it, but he never said he
No,
did, but he
no.
might want a hologram
If it
show.
was something like I knew them well enough that they would be okay with it, or they even said like it's okay to do this, then yeah, I'll do it. But if
Then that's
that's a hard
fine.
position. But also
I
not to
know.
be a greedy dickhead.
I feel like Tupac wouldn't be happy that we're selling shirts at Target. All I'm saying, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on here,
Yeah,
man? Like, that's
yeah,
not cool." I walk by his shirt every day. It's like Gangsta Pair or whatever. Not Gangsta Pair. That's not him. That's not Tupac. But
yeah.
it's him like all posted up with a gun and shit at Target. I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's on the clearance rack. I don't like the hologram shows. I'll never go see one. I know they did the Dio one. And I remember our brother Joe, who's been on the cast, talked about that, and he wasn't a fan of that because they had other
Holy
people come and
diver.
see Dio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could Holy Diver. That's good, bro. I was just listening to Holy Diver. Dio is a goat, bro. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, fucking God, I love that shit. Rainbow in the Dark. A rainbow in that goes on. I can't do Dio, but no, but I was really surprised to see $300 million for the rights to Kiss. Doesn't that seem low to you, or is that high? Because for what they are now, I guess
300
it seems like
million?
300 million.
That seems
Yeah.
low for like
It seems low.
for the entire IP title.
Brand,
everything.
yep, the brand. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah,
I
that
feel
seems
like,
low. They might have
yeah,
got swindled. But maybe they. I mean, I guess maybe they just have,
$300 million is a lot of money, though. Like,
well, I gotta imagine how many of them are the originals are still alive. I know there's Gene. Ace Frehley's dead, right? There's like 3 of the originals alive. I mean, they have cycled through people, obviously. So I guess they get a cut, but I mean, I guess they have all the money they need. I suppose maybe they get a percentage from all that shit still, and maybe I just didn't read that. But yeah, no, that was just kind of surprising to me that the Kiss is officially, it's fucking done. Just fine. They're old and gross. They just stop fucking playing shows. They toured with Rush, but when the Rush started in 1974, it's like you're old. You need to know when to quit. Rush wanted to quit in the 80s, but they wouldn't. Geddy wouldn't let him. Geddy wouldn't let you. There's a great Rush lyric where where in Natural Science where he's like, "We'll dance to a synthetic band," and it's like dunking on it. So I know Rush will never do a hologram show because they got fucking respect for themselves as artists, not Kiss. But yeah, that's my little rant.
I just feel
Kiss.
like, I don't know. I've never seen a hologram show. I don't see them get mentioned enough. I maybe hear it get mentioned like once a year, and if they do happen, they sure as hell aren't happening anywhere around here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. Like, the tech for that, it's almost like, can you easily just go to any venue and do a hologram show, or is it got to be like select venues that can support certain things? There's no,
I feel like isn't there like there has to be some type of mirrors involved or something in like proper lighting and like the backdrop has to be right. Because I mean, I've seen the hologram shows and sometimes they make it really generous. Like the time they made Tupac, remember that when Tupac was just jacked like he was huge, he's like a UFC fighter. It's like Tupac was never like that ever.
He
in his
was
life.
pretty skinny.
I'm really curious to see how what Kiss does with their image and makes them. They're gonna look all young and they're gonna be all happy, But it's like you don't look like that. You look like shit. I didn't see Dio. Dio's fucking ripped up there, dude. And it's like, what the fuck? There's like,
yeah.
You cut out. What'd you say?
Said holy diver.
Yeah. Holy diver. Fuck off. Yeah, it goes hard. But yeah, no, that's pretty big news. I thought, at least. Yeah. Any topics you wanted to talk about, Paul? Anything on your mind besides the move, really? I got a great list of topics. I'll jump into anything. I got a bunch of shit.
I mean, nothing I really want to talk. I mean, there's a ton here that I do want to talk about, but I'm just like not, I'm not in the mood to talk about them. I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll do some nostalgic YouTube videos, Paul. Remember Harry Potter Puppet Pals? It just came up on my recommended a couple days ago. And I watched the whole discography of Harry Potter Puppet Pals. For those that don't know, Harry Potter Puppet Pals was a little web series that came out in like 2006 on YouTube. Literally 2006. Like 17 years ago. That features, if you don't know it, just go fuck yourself. Go look it up. I don't even want to explain Harry Potter Puppet Pals. It's awesome though. It holds up, bro. Like I was legitimately like, I got busted, but I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. Do you remember those, Paul?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I never watched Harry Potter before that, and I thought they were funny. Like,
no one did, right? I didn't either. We weren't allowed to watch it, but we could watch the Puppet Pals. I remember distinctly. I was like, I can't watch Harry Potter, but the Puppet Pals, though, that tells the story
That's
right
the
there.
Loophole. Yeah.
That was the loophole around my parents. Fucking, I didn't get the belt. I watched those. I didn't get the belt. It was nice. So I was just going through like all nostalgic YouTube, like I should have wrote down the channel name, but do you remember the little claymation guys?
Yeah, Knox Corner.
Guys? Knox Corner, yes, that's some classic.
There's a YouTube channel called Knox Corner, and it was just like claymation, well, Play-Doh-mation, maybe it was clay. Yeah. It was clay. And,
it's probably clay.
Yeah, and they're just like, I don't know, these little guys, and there'd be funny little sketches.
They're blue little guys. Yeah, but it always ended horribly. Like they'd always get like mangled and torn up and shit. But they had like a comedic element to it. It was good because you could do gore with claymation. That's cool. No one gives a fuck. You can rip apart.
My favorite is the pancake mines.
Yeah, look that up if you haven't seen that. That's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna want to see that. Ooh, I like to sit on my pancakes.
He blows himself in half.
Yeah, you gotta be sneaky. Yeah. You gotta be quick.
Where's the maple syrup? And he fucking explodes.
Where's the maple syrup? And that to me was like fucking like peak you that was like what YouTube was meant to be, right? Because it was
Yeah,
just like YouTube was 5 years old at that point, damn near pretty much just starting new. No one
I
really
got
knew
one
about
for
it.
you.
Okay.
Early Smosh,
Oh yeah, that's great, bro. The food
Boxman,
battles,
food
Boxman, the
battles,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Pokemon
You
one.
go
They're
back.
doing it in like their bedroom at their parents.
Those do not hold up though. Those are, I mean, that's like that era encapsulated perfectly, like 2007. But they do not. They're shit, dude. Like they're
Yeah,
the
yeah.
worst videos I've ever seen in my life. Like I can't even watch a
At
full. I
this
can't even watch a
point,
full food
give me a
battle.
couple more years. I'll tell you, Filthy Frank is nostalgic almost, even though
Yeah,
it
I
came
wouldn't even.
later.
Yeah, very very much later. I'd say is yeah, one of the YouTube the greats for sure,
Like
for
if there's a
sure.
Mount Rushmore of YouTube, Filthy Frank is
Could put Filthy
probably on
Frank
it.
on there. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's just crazy to see him. Not really a YouTube exclusive, but definitely one we watched on YouTube a lot was Happy Tree Friends. I think they definitely back when YouTube allowed that shit. I think they still do because it's kind of animated. It's kind of fine. Um, but yeah, Happy Tree Friends is violent. I mean, if you don't know what it is, it's just like these little creatures where it's like all fun and happy, silly little creatures like
Yeah.
animals, and then horrific things like that was way too violent for me as a kid. Like the guy that they have a character that has like PTSD and he goes crazy
Yeah.
and starts cutting people's throats and throwing them in wood chippers. And it's like these little woodland critters getting ripped apart and it's fucking awful, dude.
I'll never
Remember that
forget.
guy? He just got PTSD and go
Yeah.
insane, dude.
I'll never forget the noise, like the moose lumpy or whatever. I'll never forget the noise of when the tree falls on his leg and he's using a spoon and he cuts the wrong one off. He's putting it in the bone and cracking
It's
it.
terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's cut off his leg, dude. Like that's
And the
dark,
fucking
bro.
spoon. Oh
Oh,
god.
the spoon, dude. I swear to God, my fear of like getting my fucking hair combed, like excuse me, haircut. You remember you get a haircut, your mom would do it in the bathroom with a towel around you, and she'd always fuck it up somehow. Remember that as a kid? Like, there's an episode of Happy Tree Friends where the little kid is playing with the razor, for the they give a kid a razor, yeah, for the razor for getting a haircut, and he puts it in his fucking mouth. And he's like, and it turns it on and it shreds his mouth. I think it's like 5-year-old little woodland creature, and it's like fucking that created a phobia of that.
Yeah,
Actually,
they were very
why?
sorry. They were very cringy, like the type of stuff that would happen would make you cringe. Like it was horrible.
Cringe. Yeah, like when there's an episode where they have the lemon juice and she ends up grinding up her lemon and like a lemon zester, and like you just kind of picture yourself somehow with that animation, it still made it seem so like you said, like cringy if you felt it on you, even though it's animated and with these little creatures. But no, I thought about that because last week we talked about, I don't know how it came up. We talked about with Shane. We talked about like we were talking about nose hairs or something, or like ear hair.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, I go and look in the mirror, shine a light, and I got nose hair. It's not coming out, but it's in there. And I was like, gotta go get a nose hair trimmer. And I haven't used it. I'm literally using it after the cast. I'm so scared to use it, Paul, because all I can see is a Happy Tree Friends and me slicing up my nose and it's all bloody and shit.
Did you get like the Philips one? It's like a black
Philips
stick.
Noroko. Yep, black stick.
It has like one battery in it.
Yep.
Okay.
I think
so you got the same one as me. Okay. I'm probably using it like I don't maintain it as well, but I've also used it maybe 6 times because nose hairs, at least for me, don't grow that fast yet. Yeah. So all you really got to do, man, is just know that you can't get the whole thing wet. You can only get the blade, like the vibrating part, wet. So what I do is, I do one nostril at a time, and then you rinse it each time.
Do I don't need to put shaving cream in it, right?
No.
So do I need to get it wet at all?
And don't be afraid. Just to rinse off the nose hairs that are, like in between.
Okay. Yeah, they gave it a little brush. I don't want to touch it to my nose. I just want to put it in there. And
then I'll tell you this: wet a Q-tip when you're done and really get in there, because there's still going to be like hairs around, like that are just cut, just hanging out.
Be an issue.
But yeah, so don't be that scared. Also, I was really scared, but you could actually get really like I've never cut the inside of my nose. Like you can get pretty.
Yeah, I know I won't. It's just like my mind. I see the Happy Tree Friends where he puts it in his mouth and it slices up his fucking face. But no, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait. It's like I really thought about that thing where it's like hair in strange places. Your body may be changing. One of those like puberty videos that you watch and 50. You may notice some changes, Timmy, in your hair. And it's like Am I old fucking man now? Jesus Christ! Now I have to shave that. No, ear hair. It wouldn't matter because you can't fucking see my ears. So that's good at least, I guess. But God, fucking hate the human body. Human body
Yeah,
sucks, bro.
it
It
sucks.
sucks.
Yeah,
Rough.
trimming
Yeah.
nails, dude, horrible. I'll hate, like, I get actually mad. I'll look down and be like, God, I have to
Yeah.
trim my nails. Fuck! Like, I get so
Yeah,
pissed,
dude.
like, fuck!
Yeah, I don't even want to look at my feet because they're all fucked up. And oh, dude, speaking of my feet, dude, like literally 3 days ago, like I was in the garage like working out, and I was in my bare feet because it was like I was all down near 50 degrees or whatever, or maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. And it had my JBL speaker on a shelf above, and it vibrated off this shelf. It was so loud. I was like boom boom. It was like
Yeah.
bouncing, and it landed on my foot, dude. And I was like, oh, it hurt. It hurt enough for me to take a JBL speaker and smash it on the ground. It's fine, by the way. Things good. It's this one. It's this little cocksucker. I threw it at the ground. It was fine. And then I'm like, oh, that really hurt. And I just don't think about it. The next day, dude, my foot's still this way. The entire half of my foot is black. Not blue, not a little green. It's just black, dude. It's so bruised and fucked up from this cock-sucking fucking speaker. Fuck JBL shit. Why is it a fucking roll? Why does it roll? It rolls, Paul. This is ridiculous. I have it so loud it like bounces. It's like boom, boom, boom. I was fucking mad, dude.
Yeah.
I'm lucky you didn't break this thing.
Like, obviously, the reason why JBL's like the staple for those is because they found like, oh, if you put things in a cylinder, they sound a lot better. You can get bass. Like, it's easier to like build drivers and whatever. But
right.
It just seems to me like, would it be that hard to put a flat spot on the bottom of it? Because they didn't.
Yes!
They only do that on the big. They only do that on like the big one, like the biggest one or the second biggest one.
Because they know if that rolls on your foot, you're fucked, dude. You're done for. That's gonna take off.
Or if it just rolls off, it'll break. Yeah, like it's
no,
like,
it won't. Dude,
they're built like a.
This thing hit the concrete at like 30 miles an hour when I was overhanded, Paul, to the ground, and it bounced up like 20 feet. It went over the rafter. I swear to God, dude, this thing still kicks, still works.
Yeah, as long as you don't puncture the woofers or anything, you're fine.
Yeah, I know. I don't care about it. This was handed to me. Shout out, Gene. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yours, I almost broke one time. I threw that at the ground one time because a similar situation happened where it fell and it made me very angry.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed with quitting weed, dude. I can go from 0 to 100 fucking like that, and it's like no
yeah,
in
good.
between.
To quit.
It is a good thing.
Stay on that train.
Not without weed. Yeah. Can I go into that? Because I got a funny weed story. I don't want to talk too much about it, but
sure.
Long time smoker of weed, too long. I honestly, the first time I smoked weed was going into the fifth grade summer, going into 6th grade was the first time I smoked
young,
weed.
Dude. Holy shit.
That's young as shit, bro. And it don't ever. And mom would always say, my buddy Nate got me into it because she knew that we smoked at his house because like reeked like it, but I didn't know at the time. Because when you first smoke weed, you don't know that it smells, right? You're like a young kid, you don't know shit about shit. You don't know that they're gonna know. But that was not peer pressure at all. That's 1,000% me. Like, I'm the one that instigated all that. I never got peer pressure to take drugs ever. Yeah, long time smoker, too long smoker. So I was probably a daily smoker for a few years, like 4 years, dude, 3 years, and it's really bad to admit it. And I would take intermediate breaks throughout that. But then one day I woke up and I'm just like, fuck it. I literally threw away all my weed, I put it in water. I watered my weed, like my buds. I had a little bit of bud. I just dumped it in water, threw it away. Like, I don't give a fuck because now it's ruined. I definitely can't smoke it at all. Withdrawal sucked. I've been clean for about 2 months. Well, somewhat clean. We'll talk about how I'm not somewhat clean. So, I still have them over there, but I don't use them. So I have these edibles. Oh, they're actually right here. I have these little edibles here that I used to take. And they taste like garbage. They're disgusting. I will never eat one of these again. And the thing about quitting weed is now that I'm off of it, I don't even want it again. There's no need. It just took that month of feeling like shit to like get over it. I don't even want this. I don't even want this in my face. But I decided to
just replace it with exercise, and you'll realize your life will change.
Well, I already did exercise. Well, so that was the hard part about it, Paul, was I would smoke and exercise, and that was
I don't know
jam.
how you would do that.
Because I was a functional stoner. And that's how I got jacked, bro, was on weed. And it just now took me till last week to get over it, bro. I did. I got decently in shape on weed. So don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't get fit on weed, you dummy. Like, you can easily get fit on weed. It's a big thing in the MMA community. So I decided to take
a lot of grapplers.
A lot of
Jiu-jitsu
grapplers do it. Yeah, it
guys love
helps you
it, yeah.
zone in. Yeah, if you're already a daily smoker, it's like it's not gonna really affect you that much. But I took maybe more than I should have. I think I probably took about 450 milligrams of edibles.
Jesus.
450 milligrams of edibles. Now, mind you, I've taken these before and nothing has happened. And they're
Yeah.
350 a piece and they taste like garbage. I can't even hold. Dude, I'm getting
Yeah.
gagging just holding these. They're like purple grape and oh my God. But anyway, I took those about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I thought I might have to go to the hospital because I was so fucked up. But see, if I didn't have that happen to me before, I would have went to the hospital. But knowing that I took that amount and just needed to sleep it off, I would be fine. And guess what? I was totally fine in 6 hours. I went to bed, woke up fine. I was like, but dude, I had heart
That took a
palpitations. My heart
lot,
was going so
Jesus.
fast. I got so fucking high, Paul. I legitimately couldn't stand. Like I'm not even exaggerating. You ever been that high, Paul? You ever smoke a dab or some shit? You ever get that fucked up? What's the highest you've been, you think?
A
Maybe
long,
you don't
long
need it.
time ago.
Long time ago.
Probably the Black Dahlia murder concert when I ate that entire Nerds rope.
You felt imagine that, but like times 10.
I
I couldn't
felt
get out of my
dead.
bed, dude. I slept my contacts in and I never do that. I'm just like, I can't get up right now. But honestly, that was the way to do it because that was my that w- I took those edibles after like a month break from weed and it sucks so bad. It kind of had that like Pavlov's dog negative reinforcement where I'm like, I don't want this shit anymore. Like this is fucking garbage. So haven't smoked it, haven't touched it. I will not touch it for the remainder of the future. If I do, it'll be someone's joint that I hit once at their house and then immediately go to bed. But I
Yeah.
haven't done that. I don't have any need to. Actually, I had a test. Weed was around me a few days ago. Didn't take any. I was like, I don't want that shit. Get it away from me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
just
You
really
just
happy
can't
with
be
myself.
around it. You can't be around it. I
Well,
think you're
no,
doing a great
I could be a,
job.
I could be around it for sure. I just have that. I have that strength now. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
weed. It really
Yeah.
fucked my mood up. I'm not saying it's bad for everyone. I think it's far better than alcohol. Obviously, I am still pro weed. Legalize it. But yeah, that was just something that's been going on with me, and that's probably why I was so depressed the last couple of months because you lose all that
Yeah.
dopamine. Um,
That's
yeah, I'm
good.
going on a little bit.
Keep it that
eh,
way. You're
Yeah,
doing really good. And uh, you know,
you know why I knew it would
I
stick?
can't say the same for myself because my new
Yeah,
thing is Zens. Like I
yeah,
love Zens. But there was like a day where I was moving and I'm like, I didn't even have a Zen today. And I just didn't. And
yeah.
that's good. Usually I'm having like 2 a day, sometimes 3. So nothing crazy, but I'm still like ingesting something, nicotine, it's an addictive
Yeah.
chemical. It is. Uh, but you know who I'm really proud of is Destiny because she was a big vapor. Like she liked vaping,
Yep. Yep.
just like
Definitely.
loon, e-cigs and stuff like that. And she's
Mhm.
quit and she's had, some rough, with moving. She's like, oh, all I want to do is,
A little
have an
irritable.
e-cig. Yeah. And it's like, but she hasn't. So I'm really proud of her for doing that.
Good
And I'm
for her.
proud of you for quitting something else too. I mean, like no one, everybody goes through their rough patches in life and realizes like their vices and eventually fixes them. But also like, there's a lot of people that do eventually relapse. Just make sure you correct it. Like it's different. It's not like we're doing heroin. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Right.
we don't
Yeah.
actually need professional help. This is something we can do on
Mhm.
our own. It's honestly, it can be physical. It is physical in a way.
It
It's
is. Oh,
really,
absolutely, it is.
it's really just mental. When it comes down to it, actually getting the job done, it's mental.
Yep.
No, I don't need this. No, I'm done with this.
Mhm.
No, oh, I have an urge to do this. I'm going to go do this instead to distract myself.
What I did was, I'm just gonna go to bed. Oh, I want to smoke weed. It's 5 p.m. I'm just gonna go to bed. And it's like, well, I had to do that for a couple weeks to not smoke weed, and that's fine. I woke up because I never ever smoked weed in the morning when I was. I mean, for the most part, within the last year, I didn't do that. I'd only smoke it when I worked out. So that was a struggle. But you knew how I knew I wouldn't go back is because I woke up one day and said, I didn't want this.
And you
I
probably
didn't.
felt better than you ever had in a long
Yeah,
while.
I didn't go, when you quit weed, you're like, I'm gonna try to quit weed. It wasn't I'm gonna try. It is I'm gonna fucking quit weed, and that's that. And that's how I knew I was done with it. Really happy, I'm thinking clear. Weirdly, I'm still as disassociated as before. The paranoia is gone almost completely, which is really nice. I'm more talkative now. I feel like I can flow easier and just like normally at work, you get so complacent. I used to didn't say hi to people, but now I'm at customers. I'm like, good morning. What you need, dog? I got
Yeah.
you. I was never that guy. Never that guy. Or I'd be like, Or like at work, like even today, I was like, I watched a funny Simpsons episode. I'm like, I'm gonna tell my coworkers about it. I don't give a fuck if they care or not. And they all thought it was funny. You know, we talked about the Simpsons, and I wouldn't have done that without weed, I think, because I lived in my own little depression world and complacency. But yeah, so that's just a big thing that's been going on in my life. Paul's got the move. I quit weed. We're fucking building ourselves up to be great fucking human beings, you know? It feels good though. It feels awesome, you
That's
know?
good. Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's a good thing to overcome. Just keep on doing what you're doing. And, hopefully soon here we can get, I would like you to go to Jungle Boy with me once I get my subscription. I think it'd
Yeah,
be fun that you come and maybe even go to Dringer with me. If you had
I'm
some
down.
stuff to grapple, we could
That's so
grapple.
gay. It's so gay. It's the gayest thing ever, Paul. I don't want to be touching up on sweaty dudes. I'm gonna get hard. I'm gonna get my dick hard, and it's gonna be a problem. I'm just kidding.
You'll
No,
be
but that's
wearing a
legitimate.
top, but
I'm gonna be. It's gonna, dude. It's gonna bounce. The cup's gonna come right off. It's gonna be like the cup's gonna be sticking out like half an inch, if I'm lucky. But no. I don't touch up on men unless it's in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't doing that shit. You
you
keep
ain't
that to
grappling.
yourself. I'll smack you in the face. You want that? You want to grapple? I'll smack you in the head. How about that? No, I generally don't want to. I don't want to do that. Maybe in the
You,
future.
I don't know.
I'm just not.
Here's how I am with grappling. I'm looking. I kind of don't. Just thinking of it, I've never done it. Thinking of it, I'm like, ah, man, I don't really want to do that either. Like, it's gonna be sweaty guys, whatever, blah blah blah. But the way I
Just
look at it is like, well, what do I like the most about grappling? Like from an outside looking in kind of thing. I
Okay.
like takedowns. I think takedowns are sick. Getting a double leg, riding the pipe, dropping somebody, sweeps, Muay Thai
Yep.
sweeps, or even just shooting a great double leg and putting somebody right on their back. I think that's cool. So I want to
It
learn
is
how to
cool.
do that. And then I think the rest of it's all just going to kind of be like, oh, this isn't too bad. Like, oh God, the guy's on top of me and he's trying to, put me in an arm
Yeah.
or an arm bar or whatever he's trying to do, fucking trying to get a guillotine on me or something while so I think I just look at it from that point where it's like, oh, I like this part. I want to learn takedowns and then go from there and just kind of, like I
Mm.
don't know what day one of grappling looks like. For all I know, it's going to be like, okay, you start on the bottom and this guy's going to try to choke you out, trying to defend yourself. It's probably
Yeah.
what's going to happen. But
I think it is. No, I honestly that's how they started my buddy out. But with Glenn did some Muay Thai takedowns and shit, and it's really cool. That is actually the driving force for me too, is takedowns. Is he did a leg sweep on me, he can do the double leg shit. And it's cool. It's good to know. And it's good even to defend it, because then if someone does it, you know to punch
yeah,
him right in the head or whatever, or kick knee
yeah,
him or whatever. But I think I'm happy with the way I have my fists and stuff. I think I have really good. I think I have good. I no, I don't think I know I have decent hands. Because I've been told I do.
you have a
By
Sean O'Malley
professionals and
build.
shit. I'm Sean O'Malley, but all skinny, bro. Did I tell you I'm dude, with quitting weed, bro? I lost so much weight because
Really?
it was hard to eat. I'm
Yeah.
145 right now.
Damn.
I'm like at what you are,
Did I
and we're
tell
like
you
pretty much the same height.
I weighed myself the day we moved in here? It's the first time I weighed myself since I got cut to 138. Do you want to guess what I'm walking around at?
155,
157,
150, 157. That's
which
not bad
honestly is
though.
not bad.
Mm-mm. Nah,
I just
I
know I
mean
have
with
a
the
lot of
move and
water
shit.
weight. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you have, dude. You probably have like 8 pounds, easily 8 pounds of water weight. I bet
Yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
so quick. Once you get back to the routine of hammering and get on maybe get some more protein in, you'll be alright. You
I'm
look
still
good.
hitting my protein.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Well, then there
trying
you
to.
go.
Anyways, I try to
Um,
have a protein shake or two a day, and I try to have like a protein
mhm.
bar of some sort. And then I'm still eating like chicken, but I'm not gonna lie. This last week, before we got all of our stuff settled in, there was a lot of takeout involved because I mean, what do you do?
Good.
Half all of our food was in the cities, and it's like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna fucking order. What did we get the other night? We went to A&W because I live a block from it.
Mm. I've never
Yeah.
been there. Is it good?
The place is kind of dirty and nasty, but it's good.
It is dirty.
It reminds me of the food. Mom and dad brought us to those drive-in ones before, and it was cool. It was good
Yeah.
food. It was all right.
Just the word A&W in my head is dirty. I don't know when you said dirty, I'm like, yeah, it's dirty in there. Of course it is. It's A&W. It's a dirty fucking place. What does that stand for? What does that
I
even
don't
mean?
know, but
You
the
know?
root beer is what they're known for. Obviously, they make the
Right.
root
Yeah.
beer there, and I had a root beer float. It was very good.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's where your calories come from right there. Yeah. No, I've been waiting. I'm waiting for my appetite to come back after quitting weed for 3 months. That shit
It
ain't come
won't.
back. Yeah, it will. It just takes so long. I'm just like not hungry at all, and it's like I have to remind myself, hey, yo, you gotta eat, dog, or you're gonna die. Like even today, I'm gonna go drinking later a little bit. I'm like, I gotta eat because if I don't have food in my stomach, I'm gonna feel sick as fuck. Later on. Um, But yeah, no, that's good shit. I'm excited. I'm excited for. I got some other things in the works with like doctors and therapists and stuff that I'm excited to see how that happens.
That's cool.
But yeah, everything's coming up, Jackson, is all I could say.
That's awesome. I am overly stressed by the amount of things
Yeah.
I have to do right now. It's not just the
Hmm.
unpacking, getting the house set up, it's the things I have to fix. I have to go to the DMV probably this week to get my license changed over to Wisconsin.
Mm,
I have to
yeah.
um change it at my work. I have to figure out how my healthcare works now that, excuse me, I'm outside the cities because the way my healthcare works is I do it within a network of hospitals that support it. I don't do like
Mhm.
the out of what's it called? Out of network. I'm probably gonna have to do that, but we'll see because there is a Park Dental up here, and that's the dentist I go to in the cities, and
Yeah.
they should accept my insurance there just like everywhere else. And so if at least one of the hospitals around here accepts my health insurance, I'm not gonna move over my plan. Like I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'll just go to that hospital. Like I'm not that picky. I already know all the doctors up here are kind of shit. I just need a guy that will just prescribe me the things I need, such as like that shampoo for when I get
Cody.
ringworm.
Yeah. I mean, they'll just give you that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But
it
you need to.
fucking
You need a doctor that's gonna write you scripts. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
that came back again, by the way. That's why I haven't
Ooh.
went anywhere too.
Well, dude, that's not good at all. Dude, you better not. I wouldn't recommend going to the grappling gym at all
No, I'm
with
not
that.
go. That's why I haven't went anywhere because I don't want to
Ah,
spread it.
yeah, no good. That
So
sucks, bro. And for those that are ignorant, because nobody knows this, ringworm is not a worm. It's a fungal infection. It's extremely
it
common.
just yeah,
It's
it
not
just
going to kill you,
looks.
but
They call it ringworm because it can look like a little
why?
ring, like of a. I don't know
That's
why,
retarded.
but it's literally just
Why
like a.
worm?
It's literally like see this little zit I got here. It's
Yeah, it's
literally
literally
like
that.
that, but they're just a little bigger. And for most people, they itch incredibly. I don't have the itching. I don't. They
Gene
don't
in you.
itch. But no, it just started coming back like last month. And what's dumb is I'm still using the shampoo every day. I'm still using the creams where it shows up, dude. And it just doesn't go away, which is why going to a doctor soon is a good thing because I want to be like, is there any like fucking super nuclear like cream you can give me that it isn't over the counter
Yeah.
that's better than the shampoo that's prescribed to me to get rid of this shit? And it's a shampoo, but really you just rub it all over your body and you stand for 5 minutes and then you rinse yourself off. You have to do that once a day.
Oh,
Um,
dude, that sucks,
it
bro. I didn't
sucks.
know
I'm
it
in
was
the
like
back of the
that.
shower freezing, waiting
I
5 minutes, and then I go rinse
Is it?
off.
Why do you think you? I mean, obviously you wouldn't know, but dogs don't carry it, right? You can't be getting it from your
Dogs
dog,
can
right?
dogs can get it, but Dexter doesn't have it, and
Okay.
Destiny's never gotten it. I mean, I've
Oh,
been dealing with
really?
it for a while. Destiny doesn't have it. We sleep in the same bed, obviously.
Dude, you
Dexter
must be a
doesn't have it because I guess
carrier.
with dogs they'll start to really itch, but then also they would lose hair where the ringworm is. And Dexter's
Right.
fine. We've checked him. He's been to the vet. But it's just it lingers, man. Like there can be one little spot that looks like it's almost completely gone, and then you forget to cream it one day, and then it sprouts back up and starts spreading again. For me, the worst spots I get it are just my arms. That's it. And sometimes I get one on my hip, but it's just my arms. It's all the way up my arms, mainly in like the bicep and like armpit area, which where it thrives is where it's humid. Like where that's where like, when you're hot and sweaty, that's obviously you chafe the most there with your arms, especially if you're
Hmm.
boxing, moving your arms in and out,
Sure.
putting your guard up. So I feel like that's why I get them like right in here. It's slowly going away again, but it sucks because I can't. That's what's preventing me really from going anywhere to work out. It kind of lined
Right.
up because I am in the middle of unpacking, doing things anyways, but it's very annoying because I've read online, what do you guys do? Like there's Reddit, like, oh, r/BJJ or r/wrestling. What do you do to get rid of this? You take 3 months off from the gym, use that shampoo and use the over-the-counter cream, and you just wait. And it's just like, fuck. Like you can't do anything, which is why having a home gym would be nice for me because then
Mhm.
I can, I'm not worried about fucking infecting anybody with it. Somebody fucking infected me with it at the boxing gym.
Mhm.
Somebody either didn't know
Yeah.
they had it or knew they had it and just was a dumbass and went in there. And then they cleaned the gym very well, but it's so
Not well enough.
contagious. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that ever gets ringworm, again, it's a super common thing, especially in like boxing, grappling, whatever. In the gym, you go to the gym, you may get it. Get the ketoconazole shampoo, get the Lotrimin, but get not the one for ringworm, get the one for athlete's foot because it works better. That's what I use, and I found that it
Well, is that
works
why it's
better.
not working? You got the
No, no,
athlete's foot. You gotta get the Ringworm one.
I tried the normal one. That's what I was using. First of all, the one for Ringworm's about half the size. It's double the price. It doesn't, and it didn't work. It wasn't working. I was applying it 2 to 3 times a day, like it said. I used the athlete's foot one, and it went away after a week. And I'm using that one again, but it's still like this time it's being really stubborn. But another thing is, every time you're done working out, if you do have it, and you have an at-home gym, those clothes immediately, everything change. Underwear down to socks, whatever. Immediately get in the shower and rinse off, and never reuse towels. I know there are some men out there that like to reuse towels. Do not reuse your towels. Did I lose you, Jackson? Hold on here, folks. We're having just some technical difficulties. I think I may have lost Jackson here momentarily. But I'll just keep talking about it. Yeah, so yeah. Do not reuse towels. New towels every time you bathe. Always change after working out, or if you're even sweating. I change twice a day now. All new clothes, top to bottom. It's just really stubborn. You'll eventually get rid of it, but the main thing is just not getting sweaty and working out, and especially infecting other people, because it's so contagious. We'll be right back, folks. We're just gonna take a quick pause here. Oh, never mind.
Am I back? Am I here?
Yeah. Did I drop or did you drop?
I dropped. It literally said connection. It still is. Well, Discord likes to fuck me when we're having a good conversation. Every single time I get railroaded by something. It's just, see, that's right there, Paul. It's a 0 from 100. Because I'm ready to kill a motherfucker right now. I'm ready to kill and fucking maim. I'm just kidding. No, I'm good. I'm glad I'm back, though. I'm glad I didn't take that. But yeah, dude, ringworm, that's the most retarded thing to call anything that's fungal. Worm, dude, is just the scariest thing about any disease. Just call it a worm, and I'm terrified. I have a worm? What do you mean? I always thought that.
Is it in me?
And
Where is it? Yeah.
It's not till you told me months ago when you first got it that it was actually just fungal. I lived my whole life up until 20 years old and that it's a worm, and I was terrified of worms. You don't want worms in your body. You don't want that shit.
Now, I didn't go this far, but I'm getting close. Like, if it hangs around for another 2 months, I'm going to get pissed. But these guys, like, it was a high school wrestling subreddit, or like and the guy's like, oh, when I was in high school, what all the guys on the team and I would do so we could pass to wrestle. Because if you have it, they ain't going to let you wrestle.
Sure.
Is they would literally, it's something like they get in a hot bath. That's another thing, is do really hot soapy baths, dry your skin the fuck out, make it so dry because it can't thrive if it's super dry. And they would they would put bleach on their skin and take a razor and cut it off.
I was about to say.
Like literally scrape it off. What? Because you put the bleach on there, it burns and it dries it out and it really hurts, and you scrape off the dead. But then you have like chemical burns. These guys were doing that, and it's like, I'm not going that far, man. Like, dude, I might get to that point.
I'll cut it off for you, bro. No,
it's not like cutting it. It's like,
carbon.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you use bleach on it, it dries it and burns it so much that you have like a flakiness on there, and then you just take something like scrape it off.
Bite it out. Like, remember that American Dad? He's like, I got a mural of Dick Cheney biting out his own cancer mole. Just fucking take a bite and rip it out, dude.
Hey, I just remembered something I wanted to bring up. You know how we were talking about like wrestling, takedowns, double legs, whatever?
Yeah.
Last week in the UFC, Andre Petrowski basically knocked himself out trying to take somebody down. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he went and shot. He went and shot, and I think he hit the dude's hip so hard he was wobbled, and then the dude like finished him, even though it was pretty much, it said that the guy won via TKO via kick, but I think it's because the dude rammed his head into the guy's thigh when he shot for a double leg, and just fucking like, he was like, he didn't know where he was.
That's great. Bad timing and that much force. Yeah, those guys, because he probably did proper technique and all that. I saw that. I didn't know it was that guy, but no, I didn't know that was that recent either. I just saw it and I assumed it was like months ago, or whatever. But damn, that must suck, bro. Who was it that I just watched? Maybe it was Anderson Silva, who was acting cocky.
And then he got caught by Chris Weidman right on the out.
His ass knocked out.
When Chris Weidman became champion, because Anderson Silva was like,
he deserved that. Yeah, being a fucking little bitch. Like, if you, dude, I can't. I would love to hear the fucking recording of his coach at the end of that. What the fuck were you, dude? What were you thinking? Like, it's so embarrassing. That's funny though. That's fucked up, man. But yeah, I guess we can. You want to do any UFC talk? Any big UFC? Anything cool happen in UFC?
UFC 300 is coming up next week. The next Saturday from when this cast posts. I'll just talk about my predictions next week, so it drops on Saturday. Tomorrow's a fight night. I'm gonna try to watch as much of it as I can. Again, a lot of things to do. I'm trying not to just sit down. What I'm finding is it'll get to be about 6 p.m. now. And after a whole day of moving stuff around, thinking about where I want to put things or unpacking things or going out in the garage and staining my table, like whatever it is, I'm just so tired by 6 p.m. Like I just drank a Red Bull right before this just so like I
Yeah, I
have a
was gonna
little bit
say.
more oomph after
Yeah.
this because I don't know, man. I've
Maybe you
just been so
should
gassed.
relax, bro. Maybe because we haven't took a day off or what. Maybe you're maybe so stressed. Take a fucking day. Maybe still do shit tomorrow, but watch UFC. Chill out. I think that might help you. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I would just enjoy your UFC, not as tired as you think you are. But yeah, no, you should watch it. I think you should watch it.
I will.
That'd be-
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, if you want to cover some more topics, we can. Otherwise, we're right at about an hour now. It's up to you.
we could do maybe like one more or something.
Can I talk?
Anything
Can I
going on?
talk about one here? It's been on here for a
Yes.
while. So with my move, I haven't been gaming at all. Which, as you know, I haven't been. Neither of us have been really gaming a lot lately. But I have been playing some Tarkov here and there, single player
Nice.
Tarkov. And one thing I'm actually like looking forward to doing once I have my desk built and everything set up is gaming because I just haven't been able to like sit down and just kind of zone out and play something. That's like my escape.
Okay.
And I'm excited because I don't remember where I left off in Baldur's Gate, and I kind of want to jump back into that and get used to that game and play that because I have never beat it yet because that's a very long game depending on the path you
Yeah.
take. Because there are like two types of people in those style of RPG games. You either are the type of person that does every little thing, every side quest, gets distracted really easily, checks every corner. That's me. And then you have the people that just only do the main story, get to the end, shoot through it, and then they're just like, okay, yeah, it was an okay game. I'm not like that. I kind of try to get my money's worth out of it and do everything. But I'm not really a replay guy. Like those guys that play Dark Souls and immediately do a new game plus, like right after they beat the game. No, it'd have to
Yeah.
be like a year away for me to like replay a game. That's just me. So with
Mhm.
Baldur's Gate, I plan on doing anything and everything I can. I know I'm still gonna miss things and how many variables there are, and then like I'll revisit it in like 3 years and play through it again.
Mhm.
But
That's
I'm
valid.
looking forward to gaming. Just
Do you think it's gonna be hard to remembering the mechanics and shit? Because that's always the worst part about jumping into a game. You're gonna be like, shit, I don't remember. I gotta cast a spell, and then I gotta talk to this guy, and then oh my god, my teammate's dead. That's always my
so
problem.
with RPGs particularly, I hate that because you'll be like, oh, I was in the middle of a quest or I was going to do this quest. And it's like you kind of, that's the thing is quests and where you were story wise and whatever. As far as mechanics, you can pick those up pretty easily, I think. But yeah, that's the worst part with RPGs. Where was I in the story? What am I doing? What was the main thing I was focusing on? Am I doing the main quest or was I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to have to go look and kind of figure it all out.
Yeah, no, I started when I was really depressed after quitting weed. I'm like, I'm gonna go play Batman Arkham City. I beat that on the hardest difficulty. I died so many times, but the only reason I died, it wasn't hard. It's not like I died and got stuck on a part. I died because I wanted to beat it so fast, so to get shot up. You die in like 2 bullet shots on the hardest difficulty. But the boss fights, I beat every boss fight in less than 30 seconds, maybe, because I knew all the strats. I know all the glitches and shit. So I beat that on the hardest difficulty. I literally play that like once every 4 months. I go through Batman Arkham City. I love that game. But I started playing Shadow War. I put it on the second to the second. Oh wait, no. There's the hardest difficulty, and I put it the one below that one, Nemesis difficulty. And it is fucking so infuriating, Paul. That game is fucking so fucking hard on
I
that
bet.
difficulty. I haven't played it in like a week or so, but that game's gnarly, super fun. But holy shit, dude! Like you die in legitimately like three hits. If a boss hits you, like a captain, and the captains are all over the place, you're dead in one fucking hit, damn near. Like that game does not fuck around, and death matters in that game a lot. Like it's bad dying. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. Really infuriating game. Oh my god, there's some mechanics that are broken.
What are
That
you
game is
playing it on?
broken.
PC?
Yeah, with the controller because that's the way you should play those
Yeah.
games. It's a broken pile of shit. Like just the mechanics is garbage, bro. It's like it's awful. I'm really disappointed by how bad it didn't hold up in my mind, I guess. I thought it would hold up better. It didn't. So I had some fun playing that. I might lower the difficulty because I'm just not having fun. Paul, I'll be running along, and some captain will shoot me in the back of the head and take half my health down, and then I get raided. And here's the thing about this game that I love, though. This is the best part about the game, is there's orcs and stuff that are captains, and when an orc captain sees you, he does a little monologue. You cannot skip this monologue. It
Yeah.
zooms in on his face. So it'll be like this. It'll be one captain. You'll zoom in on his face. You cannot skip this. You'll be battling. You'll be literally about to get hit in the head. And then it'll zoom to this guy's face from across the map. Like, oh, Ranger, I'm gonna cut your head off, and then I'm gonna feed it to my dogs and eat your fucking arms. And they will. They'll eat your arms, and I'm gonna put you in a stew, and you'll be delicious. And then they'll cut to the next guy, and the next orc is insane, and all he says is lollipop, 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 and he's screaming lollipop. Ah! He's just screaming, and then the third guy is some fucking asshole who's playing a harp, and he's like, Ranger, I'm gonna cut your head off and sing my little song. He'll do a little dance, unskippable for 30 seconds. He'll do a little dance. He has a little loo. This asshole, he killed me so many times, bro. He has a fucking loo that he's like, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like a little harp or something, like a lute. Yeah, it's a lute. He's got a lute, and he hits you in the head with it and kills you in one hit. But he'll sing a little song. You can't skip it for 30 seconds. And while you're in the middle of those animations, no matter what you're doing, it will stop and go to that animation of the orc talking to you. And then you'll get hit because you're in the middle of getting hit, and it goes back to your character, and then you die. That happened to me like 5 times, and I quit the game because of that. Because it literally forces you to stop playing the game.
Yeah.
But that is the only reason the game's so funny, is because orcs have so much character and dialogue. And also,
They do.
dying from orcs and shit, like, that's an issue. Excuse me. It's like a big thing, but you build relationships with it better than any video game enemy I've ever had. There's a
It's
thing
an
called
interesting tier system.
the Nemesis system. Warner Bros. Patent the Nemesis system. It's a thing. It's a huge thing that other game makers want from them. I didn't know that. Warner Bros. Owns it, which is like, of course, Warner Bros. Owns it. So let's say, bro, I might be fighting an orc, and the orc isn't integral to the story at all. But if I kill him, I cut off his arm, he might come back with a wooden arm, and he'll be like, "Oi, Ranger, you killed me." He'll call you Tark. "Oi, Tark, you cut my arm off. Now it's your fucking head." And then I go back and I cut his leg off, and he comes back 10 minutes later. "Oi, Ranger, you took my leg and my arm, but now I'm coming for you." And they're all British for some reason. They're all English or British.
Yeah.
And it just is a cycle, and you get so angry at this guy that I just spitefully keep murdering this one asshole. I cut his head off, and he comes back, and he's got like a big fucking like chain, you know, it's like a big iron thing around his neck, and he's all fucked up. He can't even talk because I cut his jaw off, and he's like screaming at me, but he keeps coming back, and this asshole. And it makes you, I've never had a video game villain make me so fucking angry. When's the last time you legitimately hated that villain? You know what I mean? Video games don't touch on
I
that
can
as
think
well
it's
as they
funny you
did.
call it the Nemesis system. The last villain I can think of I hated was a Nemesis from when I
Yeah.
played the remake of Resident Evil 3. I fucking hate the
Asshole.
Nemesis. He's an asshole.
He's a dick.
He's
an asshole.
You ever seen it when he'll just randomly sprint? I fucking hate that. Yeah.
Dude, you ever played on Inferno? He catches up to you. The thing about that game, once I played it, you can glitch it so hard. If you look at the ground when you walk, there's only certain spots he can spawn. So I just avoided his spawns, because if you're looking at the ground and you're not looking forward, he can't spawn unless he's in your peripheral. So there's a lot of things to break it. But yeah, dude, he is a bastard. Fuck Nemesis, dude. He's scary. But I love that there's a scene where he jumps down from a building and he throws a case down and it pops open and it's like a big rocket launcher. It's like a WWE entrance.
Yeah.
That game's gnarly, but yeah, no, that's a little game and time. Any other games you've been playing besides Tarkov? Some single player you shouldn't be allowed to play? You might get banned, honestly. You shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. So Weston's been playing it a lot too. Weston's been really getting into single player Tarkov. So I'm playing a very old version of Tarkov, because the way the mod works is it kind of just like takes those files and uses them. And I haven't updated Tarkov, but now I'm like, damn, I kind of want the new maps. In Weston just started fresh. You got the new maps. There's a bunch of new mods for single player Tarkov. There's one that just completely redoes all of the AI. As far as like, they'll actually heal now, they'll flank you. They're a lot smarter than even just the base game. And I'm like, shit, I want that. But in order to do that, I need to like upgrade. And I think there may be a way for me to still save my stash and my character, my progression. So I'm hoping to do that, because I don't know how that'll work though, because when there's an update to Tarkov, they usually change like the quest lines, like orders of quests. And I feel like it's going to fuck everything up. And it's like, damn it, I'm already so far. Like I really like, so if I can't keep all my stuff and like
Just a wipe,
move it,
right?
what?
Just get wiped. You'd get wiped like you're playing online.
Yeah.
Though, right?
So if but there is a way to migrate it. Somebody said there is.
Okay.
And if I can't get that to work, then I'm just going to keep playing it the way I am. I kind of just want to get like the new stuff and because new mods that came out for it aren't supported on the older version. So I can't get any of those new mods until I update single player Tarkov. So but that's about it. I haven't really been gaming much. I can't wait to kind of play the 360, get that all hooked up and have some friends over. So looking forward to that.
You're getting trashed in Halo, bro. Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 2, Halo Combat Anniversary. I'll run circles around you. You won't even get one kill. I'll bet money on it. I'll put down money on it. I'll put it underneath the
Yeah,
360.
okay.
Winner takes
Let's
all.
play some Modern Warfare 2 then on Rust. You're getting
Oh,
done.
this kid, look at this dude. Bro, I'm the GOAT at FPS shooters. I don't give a fuck. I will
You're
run
done.
circles. I got
You're
the
done.
ACR, bro. Bro, I just love, I'm
Oh,
generally
so you
the
use
best.
the cheesiest weapon. You use the ACR.
Yeah, of course. Dude, you're like my friends, bro. Okay, Glenn and James, they suck at FPSs. I am better at every single FPS than them. They won't admit it. Dude, James, dude, he rage quits every time, and I'm calling you out, dude. I played Black Ops 2 with him, and he rage quits so much, and he won't admit that I beat him because that's his wheelhouse. He'll be like legitimately playing it for months, and I'll hop on one game after a break from 5 years of the game and whip his ass. But that's because I use the meta, of course. And people are like, why are you using the meta? It's like, it's the meta. It's the most effective tactics available. That's how you win the fucking game. I drop shot. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? I'm scuba Steven you left and right, dude.
Yeah.
I love the scuba Steve. I just go all the way down. Yo, I'm serious. I can't wait, honestly. When
drop shotting became a thing, like towards the end of MW2 and MW3, my buddy just got really good at like training himself to immediately throw a throwing knife because they already have an arc. So he just like, as soon as someone drops, he just whips it and hits them right in the head.
Dude, that's a strat I would use too. That's brilliant. Man's had to I'd be your friend, by the way, easily. In any game. So, any of your friends, let me know. I'll whip their ass in that game.
Okay,
no, that's
Zach
cool.
Smith.
Oh, not Zach Smith. Oh, he was ranked, dude. That's not even fair.
He was like what, #1 in the world in domination in NW2 the first week it came out, and then all the hackers came in and ruined the leader. He literally just like didn't go to school for a week so he could be top of the world.
I remember hearing about that, and we would like urban legend shit with my elementary school friends and be like, "Do you hear about Zach Smith? He's my brother's friend, ranked #1." He'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, dude, he's literally urban." You would see him tell him about that. Tell him that like Jackson thought he was an urban myth. Like no one believed that he was that.
In NW3, he was like #2 in the world in domination for like a month.
Crazy. I played a lot in MW3, way more in MW2. Fun games. You couldn't drop shot in those. Those were not drop shot games.
But he would do everything you do. He'd run ACR. He'd do drop shot. Like he was good.
I never drop shot on that. I would do the drag scope in NW3. Remember the drag scope?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the GOAT. That was the GOAT.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think we should wrap it up here. Is there anything else you wanted to say for the listeners?
No. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment after I water bottle down there. Sorry about me getting kicked out, booted out. That's unfortunate. We had a lot of good energy, a lot of good topics. It was a fun cast. I had a great time. Hopefully, Paul, next week you'll have your setup a little better and everything looking nicer. But yeah, no, just again, like, subscribe, comment. You want to get a Gutterball, let us know. We just had the Barry Blaze and the Pimp, fucking awesome guest. You could be Barry Blaze.
We had Shane on.
Shane was fucking awesome too. I was about to mention that too. We had We had fucking what's his name? Lane on. We got Lane, Shane, Bane, Hane. We got all types of rhyming schemes here. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll let Paul take it from here, do the outro. But thank you. Thank you,
everybody. Thanks for dealing with us. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, as Jackson usually says. If you want to be a guest on the show, please reach out to us. Emails below. Otherwise, Instagram, DM, all that stuff works. Everybody have a great weekend. I hope it's a good one for you. I hope you get nice weather wherever you're at. That was Gutterball 94. Whoa! 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 Whoa!